It took me a little bit, but I am right back here with mostly the same thing. Our stats are still cripplingly broken. We're a little bit more on the deliberation side just because of a couple of choices. I couldn't remember which way I went, but ultimately we're 100% warrior, within a couple of percent of deliberation, and we actually have more kills than normal and a little bit higher willpower. Our willpower did, however, fail us again with our hand. So, anyway, I agree with you, but I won't betray Kodak. Hawkins' eyebrows raise under his mask. Shakes his head, his expression a combination of pity and sadness. I had feared this. You lacked the resolve to commit to the best course. I had hoped that you would gather the courage required, but no, that was pure foolishness. Hawkins launches his machine forward, poised to attack. If all the pretenses are out of the way, then it is best we end this farce. We are going to get our ass kicked because we have one piloting skill, and that's exactly what you start the game with. Time seems to slow as Hawkins draws his Lionheart's plasma cutter and charges towards you. Tactical options flow through your mind. You consider your possible courses of action as they flash through your head with a swiftness born of a whole war's worth of experience. A drawn-out slugging match is out of the question. It will not be long before the Kodak fleet is overwhelmed by the sheer number of the Imperial forces, and if you are to turn the Lightbearer upon the enemy fleet before they reach and overwhelm you, you must not waste any time. The most direct response would be to meet Hawkins close up in melee. It would also be the most aggressive option, and the one most likely to take out Hawkins swiftly, but it is also the riskiest, especially against a highly skilled pilot like the Blue Mask. Alternatively, you could try and keep your distance and attack Hawkins from afar. However, your opponent's machine has powerful ranged weapons of its own, and you will have to be quick on your feet to avoid getting it in return. Another option would be to call for help from your allies. You'd need to keep a cool enough head to evade Hawkins' attacks and make the call simultaneously, but it might also give you enough of a momentary advantage to bring Hawkins down. Unfortunately, any forces you call will be unable to assist in holding back the Imperial fleet, which would weaken the Kodak defense considerably. Lastly, you might just be able to talk the enemy ace down, even if you aren't the most eloquent speaker. A personal appeal might just get through. Let's take him out with our storm rifle. You fall back as Hawkins advances, trying to get a clear shot without allowing your highly skilled opponent to get close enough to strike first. Your battle quickly becomes a chase, with his mecha pursuing yours as you try to win a few seconds with which to aim and fire. You send the Lionheart twisting and turning in tight, angular patterns, but Hawkins is right behind you. This approach isn't working. You need a new plan. Hawkins lunges for you again, plasma cutter at the ready. You spot your chance and take it. Suddenly, you bring the Lionheart around to face Hawkins' onrushing machine and drive right into your opponent's attack. Only at the last instant do you hurtle your machine to the side, letting your foe's mecha barrel past you. Hastily, you turn around and bring your particle storm rifle to bear on the exposed back of Hawkins' machine. A fraction of a second is all you have to make the shot before Hawkins has the chance to react. You squeeze the trigger. The shots graze the armor of Hawkins' machine, leaving deep, molten gouges behind it, but no real damage. Oh shit. Hawkins reacts almost instantly, turning his own Lionheart to face you, even as he brings the particle rifle to bear in a single, fluid motion. You barely have any time to react as the ex-Imperial ace returns fire. With no thought left in your mind save self-preservation, you hurl the Lionheart to the side, but you are too late. Your cockpit shudders as the pale blue light pierces your machine's body. Goblets of molten armor and scrap debris spray out from the side of your machine. Damaged klaxons scream in your ears as sections of your status display blink from green to red. Scrambling, you fall back, desperate to avoid any further damage from Hawkins' particle rifle. As for your opponent, you doubt he'll expose himself to that kind of attack again. You'll have to try another tack. Oh shit. A quick look behind you shows that the Kodak fleet is still managing to hold out against their Imperial opponents, but barely. Cracks are beginning to show in their defense as the Imperial ships pour missile salvos into concentrated points of the Rebellion's last fleet. They will not be able to hold out for much longer. If beating Hawkins will get you access to the light bearer, you need to do it quickly. From a distance, you can see that the Imperials are stepping up their attack. The Codex defense is crumbling under the sheer weight of fire from the Imperial wall of battle, as the few remaining friendly warships are pounded by a storm of missiles. The furious return fire of the point defense batteries cannot hold out against the overwhelming number of attacking Mecha, who are wiping out the Codex lances one by one. The collapse of the fleet's defense is imminent. If you want to stand any chance of saving what's left, you need to get your hands on the light bearer now. We push. Plasma, charge! You push the Lionheart forward to meet Hawkins' charge. Your opponent comes in fast and aggressive, his plasma cutter poised for a mighty, sweeping swing. Preparing your own weapon, you ready to strike at his machine's exposed midsection as your two machines close. You make your attack as the two machines close, but instead of landing a blow on the other mecha, you find the Lionheart violently hurtled aside, struck by the balled fist of the other Lionheart's other hand. Damaged klaxons scream in your ear as you try and regain your bearings, but Hawkins is pressing his attack hard. You barely parry the next attack and the next. You are battered back with every ferocious blow until you are back to almost pressed the mass. Wait, what? Until you find your back almost pressed to the massive armored side of the light bearer itself. You have no more room to maneuver. When Hawkins readies his machine for the final blow, you take your chance. You heave off the side of the Imperial superweapon with a mighty push of the Lionheart's legs, sending yourself careening forward. Your machine slams into Hawkins, interrupting the silence of space with an almighty crash, transmitted through the shivering frames of your machines. Quickly, before your opponent can react, you push off again, sending the ex-Imperial pilot's machine flying off one way, with you being sent off the other. Your Lionheart is battered, but still intact, and you've a few precious seconds to regain your bearings. A quick look behind you shows that the Codex fleet is still... Wait, what? It just looped right back. Well, let's try and talk him down, I guess? True to form, Hawkins has left the comm lines open, even as he launches his attack. You send the Lionheart tumbling out of the way of your opponent's first strike. Hawkins quickly prepares for another pass, but you've won a few precious seconds to quickly consider your options. The most obvious approach would be to simply convince the other pilot of the error of his standing, to stand down because it is the right thing to do. Unfortunately, considering the sheer level of conviction Hawkins seems to hold in his own unique philosophy, that will require a great deal of persuasiveness on your part. Well, we only got one shot at this. Hawkins comes in for another attack, blades raised high in preparation for a slashing stroke. This time, you don't run, you don't get out of the way, you stay right where you are. Then, as your opponent prepares to strike, you make your move. You send the Lionheart springing forward and parry your opponent's strike, pressing your machine towards each other, blade to blade, your cockpits barely meters from each other. Hawkins, we don't have time for this. The fleet is getting blasted to pieces out there. Good men and women are dying, all because of you. The other pilot's expression settles into a confident smile under his blue mask. Yes, they are dying. But watch how well they die. Watch as they fight like lions against impossible odds. Watch as even the faint hope of victory drives them to even greater feats. They die stronger and better than they had ever been in life. You rack your head for a response, more than just a blind retort, something that will turn Hawkins' words in their head. Unfortunately, that distracts you just long enough for the Imperial ace to bring his machine's leg hurtling into the Lionheart's midsection, sending you reeling. Your opponent doesn't waste a second, pressing the attack. You scramble away from Hawkins' next attack, still disoriented, don't quite get away in time. Hawkins' blade shears through your machine. It tears free loose panels of your machine's armor, exposing the vital systems underneath. Damaged klaxons scream in your ear as you fight to get free. I'm afraid the time to talk is past, Hawkins declared, his voice almost artificially cold. If you wish to debate me still, do it with your blade and rifle, not rhetoric. With that, Hawkins' machine steadies itself and prepares to rush you again. So much for talking him down. we are out of options. A quick look behind you shows that, oh, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same. Oh, right here. Then your tactical display goes mad. The scope fills with fresh contacts, hundreds of missiles, headed for you and Hawkins both, fired from the amassed ships and combat armatures of the Imperial Grand Fleet as they push their way through the dying embers of the Codex resistance. It looks like they really, really want their super weapon back. There's no way to outrun the incoming wave of missiles, and no way to survive them. All you can do is wait for the immense swarms of immense enemy ordnance to close in on you. All you can do is wait for your own death. Your character has died. Would you like to reload your last checkpoint? Well, shit. Turns out that the evil character can't win the game the way he wants to. So I'm going to call the other ending canon, but I'm going to leave this ending in here too, because this is kind of a really fun way to end things. No, I would not like to reload my last checkpoint. We are dead. Our evil Lieutenant Commander Alexander Kapek has died. His evil ways put to an end, and the entirety of the Kodak fleet crushed because of his stupid decisions. Basically, what I have learned is as soon as you let the only thing that you can't do in any run through of this is let the torture burn out your hand, because that crippled the 3 times I ran through this now, cripples your stats from a piloting of 2, which you can push all the way up, all the way up, all the way up to 6, down to 1. And that means things like you outmaneuver Hawkins and throw shots at him and it just glances off. Anyway, that was a hell of a read. I'm going to call Mecha Ace officially done. We managed to have at least one decent relationship. We played through as a hero and saved the entirety of the Kodak fleet. We played through as a villain and both died once, and we wound up just basically being completely broken. So, I quite enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Till next time, guys. Later.